Hello students. So today we'll be discussing about cell organelles. Previous day we have talked about cell membrane and its functions. So today we'll be talking about the remaining cell organelles. Before that, another apart from cell membrane is the outer membrane of the animal cells, same as we have cell wall. So first of all, before the cell organelles, we'll be discussing about cell wall. The cell organelle is present in the cytoplasm. Before that, cell wall. Cell wall is basically, it is outermost rigid, protective and supportive layer, protective as well as supportive layer of plant cells. Its main function is to provide support strength to the plants. It is present as the outer layer in all plant cells. Alongside the plant cells, it is present in bacteria. So we can say it is present in plant cells, bacteria and cyanobacteria and few protists. So it was cell wall was first discovered by Robert Hooke in 1665. So if we talk about structure of plant cell wall, so it is formed of two elements. This cell wall, it is formed of basically two elements, the two coats we can say, primary cell wall and secondary cell wall. जो आपकी प्राइमरी सेल वॉल है, that is outer in the thinner layer and it is formed and it is present in the meristematic and parenchyma cells. So it is outer and thinner layer formed of meristematic and parenchyma cells. जो आपकी सेकेंडरी सेल वॉल है, दैट इज प्रेजेंट इन इनर टू प्राइमरी वॉल it is present inner to primary cell wall and it is formed of mature and non-dividing cells. Mature and non-dividing cells. So if we talk about, and it is moreover, it is formed of suberin, lignin, which are hard materials. They are providing support as well as they are providing rigidity. जो suberin है, that provides waterproof coating, and जो lignin है, that provides strength and rigidity. It is for strength and rigidity, and suberin is for waterproofing. So these are the main two functions of suberin and lignin. Apart from these two coatings in the cell wall, the cell wall also contains the cell wall also comprises of middle lamella and plasmodesmata. These other two structures are also present in the cell wall. The middle lamella, it is a thin binding layer between the two plant cells. So it is made up of pectates of calcium and magnesium. It is formed of middle lamella It is present formed of calcium and magnesium pectate, and it is a binding layer between cell wall of two adjacent plant cells. Middle lamella is binding layer of two adjacent plant cells. You can understand it this way. If this is the cell, this is the middle lamella which is present between the two plant cells, and it is working as a binding layer of the two cells. So that is your middle lamella. If we talk about plasmodesmata, so it is an intracellular junction between the adjacent plant cells. So middle lamella is the middle layer between the two plant cells. Plasmodesmata is a junction between two adjacent, so it is a junction between two adjacent plant cells where two cells they can exchange. This helps in exchange of the material between the cells. The main function of it is helps to exchange material between the cells. This is the main function of plasmodesmata. We can understand it this way. So this is the plasmodesmata, the connection between the two adjacent plant cells which helps in exchange of material, that is the plasmodesmata. So next, if we talk about cell wall in other this organisms, so in fungi this cell wall is made of chitin. It is made of chitin in fungi. If we talk about in prokaryotes, so it is mainly formed of peptidoglycans. If we talk about cell wall in fungi, so it is made up of chitin. If we talk about bacteria, prokaryotes, प्रोकैरियोट्स में मेनली बैक्टीरिया ही हैं, तो देन इट इज फॉर्म्ड ऑफ पेप्टाइडोग्लाइकन. And if it is present in algae, so then it is made up of, if it is present in algae, so then it is made up of cellulose and minerals. Cellulose and minerals. Next is chemical composition. Next is, if we talk about functions of cell wall, so the main function of cell wall is it provides protection. It provides protection to the inner content of the cell. It provides mechanical support. It provides mechanical support to the inner part of the cell and helps to maintain the shape of the cell. Helps to maintain shape of the cell, prevents under expansion of the cells, prevents wall pressure. So these are all the helps in even the cell wall root hairs. They help in absorption of cell wall of root hairs. It helps in absorption. Of water and minerals from the soil. So these are the main functions of the cell wall. Next, if we talk about the cell organelles, now let us move to the next part, that is cell organelles after cell wall. So the very first cell organelle which we will be discussing about is endoplasmic reticulum. Cell organelles are basically those organelles which are present in the cytoplasm. In the cytoplasm of a cell. So if we talk about the very first organelle, that is endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum, it was first observed by Garnier. He first observed it. And then it was given by, the term endoplasmic reticulum was given by actually Potter. Potter gave this term. So if we talk about endoplasmic reticulum, it is actually a well-developed electron microscopic structure which contains cisternae, tubules and vesicles. They all are present throughout the cytoplasm inside the endoplasm. So it consists of, basically it is a microscopic structure. Microscopic structure containing vesicles, cisternae and tubules. These three are the main parts of this endoplasmic reticulum structures. Okay. If we talk about types of endoplasmic, I'll show you the, we'll be making the diagram also. If we talk about cisternae also, so cisternae, these are the tubular structures like this. So these are the cisternae which consists of, these are the ribosomes present over them. These are cisternae, right? So if we talk about vesicles, these are vesicles. These are vesicles. And if we talk about tubules, so these are the structure of tubules. So these are basically three elements of endoplasmic reticulum, which make the endoplasmic reticulum. These are elements of endoplasmic reticulum. If we talk about the functions of endoplasmic reticulum or the types of endoplasmic reticulum, so we have two types of endoplasmic reticulum: smooth endoplasmic reticulum and rough endoplasmic reticulum. If we talk about smooth endoplasmic reticulum, so it helps in basically the function of lipid synthesis. It basically performs the function of lipid synthesis because it does not has ribosomes present over it, as it lacks of ribosomes on surface. And rough endoplasmic reticulum, as it is having ribosomes present on the surface, so it is involved in the function of protein synthesis. As ribosomes are present on the surface. So these are the two main types of this endoplasmic reticulum. Next, if we talk about Golgi bodies, next cell organelle is Golgi bodies. Next organelle is Golgi body. So Golgi body was very first of all it was discovered by, it was Golgi apparatus, and it was first discovered by Camillo Golgi in 1898. So if we talk about Golgi body, so it is absent in prokaryotes but it is present in eukaryotic cells. It is absent in prokaryotes, but yes, it is present in eukaryotes. It is again present in the cytoplasmic part of the cell. If we talk about Golgi bodies, structure of the Golgi bodies, it is again made up of three types of elements. It is made up of three elements, that is vacuoles, vesicles and cisternae. Cisternae, vacuoles and vesicles, these are the three structures by which it is made up of. The main function of Golgi bodies is that it helps in cells, it is involved in cell secretions. Functions of Golgi bodies: it is involved in cell secretion. Then apart from cell secretion, it is also working as a packaging material. It acts as a packaging material. It acts as a packaging material via membrane. Then it helps in the synthesis of pectic substances also. If we talk about the structure of Golgi bodies,